What if I told you Lil Dicky didn't just get engaged, he's already married? That's right, in a matter of days, the rapper flipped his entire relationship status, leaving fans scrambling to piece together what really happened. The guest list included some of Hollywood's biggest names. The location was straight out of a movie, and the timeline, honestly, it makes zero sense until you hear the full story. On September 25th, Lil Dicky finally went public with the news in the most casual way possible, an Instagram post. Just 4 words, "I got married to the love of my life." Alongside the caption, he dropped a series of jaw-dropping photos, a colorful floral arch, the ocean glistening in the background, and the couple locked in moments that looked straight out of a romance film. But here's the part that sent fans into overdrive. The wedding didn't actually happen that day. It had already gone down weeks earlier, on August 9th, meaning by the time the internet even knew they were engaged, the vows had already been exchanged. Even more shocking, just 2 days before this marriage announcement, he'd shared another post revealing the engagement itself, down on one knee with Kristen during a nature walk. Fans thought they were witnessing the start of the wedding journey, but in reality, the finish line had already been crossed. That twist left people asking the same thing. Was this a carefully planned surprise, or did Lil Dicky just enjoy pulling off the ultimate misdirection? The ceremony itself was nothing short of cinematic. Picture this, an oceanside view, waves crashing in the distance, and a floral arch bursting with color as the backdrop. Kristen walked down the aisle in a lace gown with a flowing veil, while Lil Dicky stood waiting in a crisp white jacket and bow tie, looking more polished than we've ever seen him. Their photos showed quiet moments before the aisle and intimate snapshots right after they said, "I do." But it wasn't just about the two of them. The guest list brought even more buzz. Blanco, one of Lil Dicky's closest friends and collaborators, was spotted at the reception. And yes, Selena was right there beside him, sharing her own photos from the night. She even posted a carousel the next day with the caption about last night's wedding, including a sweet kiss with Benny and a dance floor glimpse of the newlyweds. Naturally, those posts exploded across social media, pulling in millions of eyes who might not even follow Lil Dicky directly. And as the night went on, the vibe only grew more personal, with shots of the couple laughing, embracing, and celebrating on the dance floor with their inner circle. It wasn't a massive celebrity circus, but it had just the right mix of intimacy and star power to make the internet obsessed. So, who exactly is the woman who just married Lil Dicky? Kristin Batalucco isn't a typical Hollywood name splashed across tabloids. In fact, she's kept a surprisingly low profile, staying off the spotlight while her new husband built a career out of being front and center. What we do know is that she's from Michigan, works in the entertainment industry behind the scenes, and has deep ties to creative projects, but she's never chased the fame herself. Their connection wasn't random either. The two were introduced by Vanessa, one of the head writers on Dave, Lil Dicky's hit FXX series. At the time, Kristen had just come out of a long 5-year relationship, and Vanessa instantly thought they'd be a perfect match. Turns out, she was right. Lil Dicky himself has gushed about Kristen in interviews, calling her the funniest, most beautiful, most charming person ever. And while fans might know him for his over-the-top humor, the way he talks about her strips away the jokes. It's raw, genuine, and shows just how much of an anchor she's been in his life. But as private as she is, Kristen's story only makes people more curious. If she's not a fame chaser, what made her say yes to living under the spotlight with someone like Lil Dicky? Their love story didn't happen overnight. It built quietly, away from flashing cameras. Lil Dicky has been open about how frustrating dating used to be for him. He admitted to spending years on endless dating apps, meeting people he knew he'd never marry, and feeling like he was wasting time. He even said he almost gave up on the idea of finding someone who truly fit into his life. That changed when Kristen entered the picture. Their bond formed during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, when the world slowed down and distractions disappeared. Instead of chasing attention, they spent time getting to know each other in a much deeper way. It wasn't about red carpets or public dates, it was about building something real behind closed doors. By April 2024, Lil Dicky was already calling her the one in interviews. He couldn't stop talking about how lucky he felt and how surreal it was to finally have that missing piece he'd been looking for. Fans could sense a shift in him. The humor was still there, but there was also a softer, more grounded side he hadn't shown before. And while they kept much of their romance off social media, the sudden engagement and marriage reveal proved that they were always playing by their own rules. But as surprising as their timeline looks from the outside, for them it seems everything happened exactly when it was supposed to. The speed of it all is what really sent fans into frenzy. Think about it. One day you're scrolling Instagram and see Lil Dicky down on one knee announcing his engagement. Just 48 hours later, he drops another bombshell. Turns out the wedding had already happened weeks earlier. That whiplash left fans asking, why the secrecy? Some believe it was a clever way to control the narrative, avoiding the endless speculation that usually comes with high-profile engagements. Others think it was classic Lil Dicky, leaning into unpredictability and shocking people when they least expect it. Online reactions were split. Supporters flooded the comments with congratulations, calling it romantic and refreshing to see a celebrity couple keeping things private until they were ready. But not everyone was convinced. A wave of memes popped up joking about how Lil Dicky pulled off the fastest engagement in Hollywood, while others speculated whether something bigger was being hidden behind the timing. Either way, the stunt worked. He managed to turn a personal milestone into a trending topic overnight, and fans still can't stop dissecting the decision. So now that the wedding is official, the big question everyone's asking is, what's next for Lil Dicky and Kristin Batalucco? Professionally, Lil Dicky hasn't released a full album since Professional Rapper in 2015, though his hit series Dave kept him in the spotlight until 2023. Many fans believe this new chapter in his personal life could inspire fresh music, maybe even an album filled with love songs or reflections on finally finding the one. On the personal side, speculation is already swirling about whether the newlyweds are planning to start a family. Given how quickly they moved from engagement to marriage, some fans think baby news could be on the horizon sooner than expected. As for Kristen, this moment could shine even a brighter spotlight on her career. Industry insiders are curious whether she'll team up with Bird on future creative projects, especially since they met through the entertainment world. One thing is certain, between his unpredictable nature and her behind-the-scenes influence, this couple is just getting started. And if history has taught us anything, it's that Lil Dicky is always ready to keep fans guessing. At the end of the day, Lil Dicky's surprise marriage proves that not every major milestone needs to follow the typical Hollywood playbook. Instead of drawing it out with months of teasers and tabloid leaks, he and Kristen chose to keep things intimate, authentic, and completely on their own terms. From the oceanside vows to the A-list guest list to the whirlwind reveal that had fans reeling, this wedding was everything you'd expect from Lil Dicky. Unexpected, bold, and impossible to ignore. And whether you're a fan of his music, his comedy, or just love a good love story, one thing is clear. David Bird isn't just writing clever verses anymore. He's writing the next chapter of his life. So, what do you think? Was this the most surprising celebrity wedding of the year? Let us know in the comments.